My name is Wilfred. Okay, my name is Wilfred Sampson, and this is my 150. I can't conceal a tender feeling. It was in Hazelton, BC. I was, I think, about 7 or 8. My cousin or my nephew and I would stand on top of chairs playing the mop or playing the broom, and I would insist that I would be Elvis, while my sisters and cousins or niece would dance on the floor. I loved Elvis because of his incredible music and because of his the girl factor. I also liked the fact that he was very good looking, like a man. I related to being a man and aspired, like any young man, to be good looking. And later on, I learned a few chords on the guitar. Occasionally, somebody would come over and said, "Hey, that line or part of that song sounded a little bit like Elvis." And so I thought about that, stuck in my mind, and I always felt very proud. Now that you are close to me. My brother had passed away. He always used to wear dark glasses, and he said that the lights had bothered his eyes. But my sister would say, you just wanted to look like Elvis. During his wake, for about 2 or 3 days, they played nothing but Elvis songs by his coffin, and that's when I got into Elvis a lot more. And can't help but kiss you tenderly. That's when I started my performances. I dressed all in black. I had a coat that was made of vinyl that one of my girlfriends had left at my place. I just tucked my coat into my black pants. The collar was stiff, nice and stiff, so it looked good. Some neighbors upstairs drew some sideburns on for me, and then I did my first show at the Native Center. All life through, my love I vow. I love to make people laugh. I like to make people feel good and smile, so I learned, that's why I learned to play music. And being in Elvis costume and doing Elvis songs, I loved the reaction of people who would see me. When I'd walk on the streets, cars would honk their horn, women blow me a kiss, and with each kiss, I discovered that Elvis was part Native. He was part First Nations. He was part Choctaw. On Aboriginal Day, I would walk about 50 or 100 blocks all over Vancouver and tell anybody who I met that Elvis was part First Nations, to let them know that, that such talent and beauty can come from First Nations people. I wanted to instill some of that pride that I felt being First Nations and connected with Elvis to other First Nations people. This tender feeling I have now. To have people forget their problems for a minute or a second or just a few moments by being dressed up as Elvis, have a little moment of joy or reflection. And I thought that's a great part of it. I love Elvis.